What is a number machine? Well, it's simply a diagram that takes a number going in, an input, does certain rules to it, for instance it might add, multiply and so on, and then converts it into an output. It's simple enough when you look at them, and there's only one little rule you have to remember. Sometimes it'll crop up in algebra, but they'll probably do a separate video on that when we have to use variables instead of numbers. But it's useful to remember these tricks for when we're talking about it in algebra as well. So here's an example of a number machine. We're taking an input of 5 and getting an output of 6. But what are the actual rules? Well, the 5 is being multiplied by 2 to give me 10. The 10 we're adding 2 to give 12, and 12 we're dividing by 3 to get 4. And hopefully by now, with your addition, your subtraction and division, you should be able to work out those things. So this is how a number machine would look. Our input is 5. We times that number by 2 to get 10. We add 2 to get 12. And we divide by 3 to get 4. But the point is with this, we could put any number in at the start. So for instance here, we haven't been told some of the numbers. And we've got to work out what's happening. So to go from 5 to 4, we're deducting 1. And then to go from 16 to 13, we're taking away 3. So sometimes you're not told the rules, and you've basically got to say what's happened to the numbers in relation to adding, subtraction, division, and multiplication. Sometimes you're given the number at the start, and so all you've got to do then, for instance, if I was given 5 here, I take away 1, 4, I times 4, 16, I take away 3, 13. But sometimes we're given the number at the end, and this is probably the trickiest thing that happens with number machines. But all you've got to do is remember every rule as you're going backwards, do the reverse of it. So if we start with 17, the number before had 3 taken away from it. So if we add 3, we get the number in the opposite direction. In this case, the number before was multiplied by 4. So if we do the opposite, divide by 4, we have gone in the reverse direction. And then finally, because the last number had 1 deducted from it, if we add 1 on, we have now got the input. So when we're trying to find the input from the output, we just do the reverse of each of the rules, and that will get us back to the start.